Holidays. It's the time we all have to be without our physical media collections. But as movie fans, what do we do when we're on our jollies and just need an entertainment fix? I'm stuck. Stop it. Well, I'm on my holidays and I'm stuck at sea. While I'm here, digital is my friend. I've downloaded a bunch of stuff to keep me occupied during the quieter times of this break. But when the iPad just isn't hitting the spot, and you're just not in the mood for music or audiobooks, and you're just not in the mood for music or audiobooks, then what else is there? Well, funny you should ask. I'm on the P&O ship, the Britannia, and they have their very own cinema called The Studio. But is it any good? Well, when there are no other options, this place is pretty great, but it has some real limitations. The space for the cinema isn't just used for movies, so this makes the showtimes pretty limited. They also use it for talks, kids' entertainment, and whatever else through the day, which has kind of made filming in here a little difficult. Plus, the music all through the day, impossible to avoid. The seating in here, it isn't massively tiered. They reserved the tiered seating for the onboard theatre that they have further to the front of the ship. So really, you need a front seat to be able to get an unobstructed view. Also, if we take a look at the seats further back, they don't actually allow for much in the way of legroom. I can't even sit down. I'm stuck. I mean, really, they could have limited the seat numbers down a little bit more and made it a really nice experience. But I think due to the multifunctional use of this space, they seem to have missed that trick to make this a really pleasant viewing experience. I mean, pick the right seats, and you do have some quite nice seating options, really. Feet down, that's not allowed. Some of the seating off to the sides can give some real terrible angles for viewing a movie. And then also, again, because they use this space for other things, they have this like stage area just around here, which when you're watching a movie, it can give some glare and reflection, which can take away a little bit of the experience. Nothing too major though. The picture on the screen is also nothing to write home about. It's a bit of a basic projector for this cinema that's housed just here. It's a Panasonic projector, which seems to do a basic job, but it has some red, green, blue artifacts on screen when the image is fast moving, which again can detract from the experience a little. I mean, the projection hasn't even been formatted to fit the screen correctly, so you have gaps at the side of the image before the screen actually ends, and also along the top, because of all the lighting and all of this gear up here, it can leave shadows on screen as well, which again can affect the viewing experience. Perhaps the biggest letdown in here for me is the sound. You've possibly seen around the room all the speakers. There's perhaps dozens of them, but it feels like the only speakers that are being used in the cinema for the movies are the ones located right up front. And of the speakers being used, they're pretty poorly directionalized. Direction? It's been pretty poorly planned out, and the direction seems to be all pointing forward. And because they're seemingly pointed at the screen, we're getting a lot of reverb back, which is in turn giving a slightly muffled effect to the already over-heavy front central speaker. But you know, film selection, it's actually been quite reasonable. I've already watched Abigail, with some fairly recent releases, but nothing that isn't already available digitally back home in the UK. I'll try and pop some of the selections up on screen for you so you can see what I've been dealing with. What? Darkness of Man? Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme? No idea. I've managed to get in a viewing of Abigail, along with a couple of other family movies with the kids, but due to the weaker presentation and the god-awful sound, skipped out on a viewing of Dune 2 and also missed out on Godzilla x Kong, which I'll wait till I can get a better presentation at home to be able to watch those. So, I'm back home now, and guess what? I didn't finish the video because the room was being taken over for yet another event. So we're back here just to wrap up my thoughts on the cinema on P&O's Britannia. You know, I think it's great that they've included a cinema on board this ship, but I just can't help but think that they really missed the boat on the presentation. They have mega money setting up these ships, so I just can't really understand why they let some relatively simple cinema standards kind of slip. Don't get me wrong, it's an okay option when you're sick of the cheesy cover bands or the kids' entertainment, but really, they could afford to take a little more time and provide a really stellar cinema experience on board. But now, I'm just back home. I've got some leftover euros though, so I'm going to go and get this converted, go buy some new movies and enjoy them on my home setup instead.